Let's start dead talking.
Let's talk the dead. So we've got a couple of new images from the final season of TWD, and it's pretty wild because they indicate like going to new places, and a lot of the scenery and a lot of the places that we've seen, like Alexandria, that are like big parts of the show, look god awful. There's one in particular of Alexandria, and it looks like shit.
Some shit has gone down. The shit's hit the fan. It's raining cats and dogs, and there's still no zombies. Oh, okay.
There's still not enough zombies.
Yeah.
So I saw these on comicbook.com first when I first saw it. Check that guy out.
I see a dog.
To me, I see the dog. To me, that's all I care about. To me, it looks like they're in a like a subway system, like a sewer or something like that. And they're all together. I mean, like, obviously, like, who, we don't know who that is. We don't know who that is. We don't know who that is. We don't care who that is. But I mean, like, we have Negan.
You don't
we have
care
Maggie.
for the mask? You don't care the mask vigilante?
Is that the mascot? Oh, that is the mascot. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Now that you point that out, I can see the mask. He's got the mask pulled up. Mm-hmm. What's his name again?
I got no clue, but he's badass. I'm talking about the mask guy.
No, I mean him who was with Enid. He was Enid's lover boy for a little while.
Oh, I don't.
What is his name? I don't remember what his. I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember what his name was. I like him. He's a good character.
Yeah. I don't know. The dog still got my attention.
But how'd they get the dog in the sewer?
By walking him down there. The fuck?
Well, usually when you get in a sewer, you gotta like climb down like a. I don't know. You gotta climb down the.
No, my man. It's a fucking train tunnel. You see the rails right there?
Is it though?
Yeah, it's a train tunnel. I'm sure it is.
Why are they down there? That's my big question is why are they there?
Look, the Commonwealth is fucking huge, okay? It's fucking huge. So I'm sure it's like they're on top of some train station.
Maybe they're trying to get in the Commonwealth from underneath. They're trying to get that surprise attack underneath. That's pretty dope.
That could be the case.
We have a meeting of the minds here. Eugene's expedition. That meeting of the minds. So Yumiko is fine. She's okay. She looks fine. They all look to be good. They look like they're in a cage.
They're eating yogurt.
They are. They look like they're eating yogurt or they're eating something. So I mean, they've got water. They've got water. They've got food. They're in cages. So at least they're somewhat being taken care of. I assume they're at Commonwealth at this point. I mean, the soldiers are. I mean, it's like confirmed. They're Commonwealth soldiers. So I'm sure that they're going to be at Commonwealth at this point. Probably they have them there for questioning. I would guess. Like they don't really know who they are, or whatever.
They're waiting to give them papers.
Yes, they got to get those. They got to get their green card for.
Exactly. They look like the fucking immigrants that are like locked in cages right now. That's some slick shit that they're pulling right there.
And moving on, we got Team Find Connie over here. I don't know why they look so happy.
They're probably posing.
Y'all are separate. Yeah, I guess if it's a set photo, then maybe they're just posing. Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, old girl on the right doesn't look like someone that's living through the apocalypse. She looks like someone that's just taking a picture and is gonna get her mochaccino in 30 minutes.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny like looking at all the behind the scenes pictures from The Walking Dead because like the zombies all have like Starbucks cups and like they're drinking out of water bottles and they have like their COVID mask on. Like it's funny seeing like the behind the scenes now because everybody has to wear face shields and it's just kind of wild. I think that was the last. Oh no, it's not.
See, I told you they're in a fucking subway.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be a subway system. You're right. We got the subway, we got the zombies. He looks nice. Look at him. He says, "Oh, hello. It's nice to see you. What are you doing down here?"
I love how they all look kind of the same.
They do kind of look similar. Ah,
It's like what? It's like are all zombies the same now?
they do kind of look similar. What's she doing? Hello, what do you?
Uh,
It's like Edna in The Incredibles. Hello, what you doing? What do you want?
in reality, this is a flashback to normal civilization. That's
This
actually
is
what people in
this
subways
is
look
just
like.
actually what people in New York City like going home look like. This is what happens to you after a day of living in NYC.
Exactly.
You pretty much die.
Yeah.
And then this is the kicker for me. So this was on Instagram. The caption for this, oh, maybe there was no caption.
There is no caption because enough is said in the picture.
Yeah.
Alexandria gets fucked.
Man, look at that. Let me move us up here. Holy crap. This may be the most revealing picture of the whole thing. Like, Alexandria looks terrible. Like uninhabitable terrible.
Yeah.
And I mean it looks like they're leaving. Would you agree it looks like they're leaving?
Yeah, that's what confuses me. Like, weren't they just like kind of fixing it,
Well, yeah, because obviously like Negan destroyed it and then they rebuilt it. Yeah, if you think back to what Alexandria used to be like before Negan compared to that, it's kind of sad. Like
yeah,
it really is. But I mean, they kind of rebuilt it a little bit. They rebuilt, the walls that, they had like fortified when Rick and his group got there. But I mean, it looks terrible, man. Like it looks sad. I mean, this can't be from the Whisperers. Like there's no way.
Commonwealth fucked their shit up.
I honestly, dude, I wonder if it was a skirmish with Commonwealth. Like I really do.
Commonwealth found out that Alexandria has oil underneath, and they're like, bomb them.
Oh man, I don't know. That to me looks like what's her name? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on all their characters' names. This looks like Daryl. If I had to guess, that's probably Daryl.
Who carries the bow?
I don't know. It does look like it is a bow, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's not Daryl. I don't know. I can't really make anybody out.
I want to say the one in the front has to be Maggie.
That is probably Maggie. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. Is that a gun or is that a crossbow?
That's a gun.
Okay. I don't know, dude. It's just the background and the scenery here. It looks dark. Like
this looks pretty bad.
It really does. I mean,
just
like
leave it at that. It looks really bad.
It looks rough.
Like, Alexandria ain't coming back from that.
No. So I don't even know, man. Like it looks like they are going through a rough time. And
they're going through a growing period.
A growing period. At the end of the show, we're going through a growing period. Yeah. I don't know. Big questions. How did Alexandria get like that? Where are they going? Are they going to Commonwealth?
Global warming.
Yep.
You're right. Warming. It's gonna get all of us, guys. It's gonna get all of us.
Y'all think it's not real until it's gonna bite you in the ass. It's like what's his name's character in Jaws? You're gonna ignore this problem until it swims up and bites you in the ass. When he's talking to the mayor.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going. It looks. If I had to guess, I think the end of the Walking Dead TV show is going to be a night and day different ending than how Robert Kirkman ended the comic books. Would you agree?
I can agree with that because I don't know how the ending of the comic book Walking Dead went, but I could tell that since the third season, we knew that they were steering into their own path. So it's gonna be completely different, mainly because a lot of characters are not in there that will be. Yeah, it's just gonna be a totally different story, which is cool because it's like you get one iteration of The Walking Dead on the comics, but then you also get another one on TV, which
right.
Is cool.
Yeah, I mean it's
you pretty much got two Walking Deads to.
This is like the Walking Dead multiverse.
Bro, don't say multiverse.
The Walking Dead, No Way Home. They're leaving Alexandria.
It dead ass looks like a fucking multiverse thing with the whole like different like TV shows Like it's already a multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, and here's the deal. With the ending and like how they're gonna set up the ending. I mean, like the comic books end with Carl and Judith grown, and like they're kind of like in charge now. Like Carl is like taking Rick's place, but obviously Carl is gone in the show, and they have to like. This is going to be a strange ending. This is not going to be an ending like it's most TV shows, because
it's gonna be so open-ended. Well, no, I mean,
well, they have to figure out a way to end The Walking Dead as like the main show. Like you have to have an ending, but at the same time, look at everything else going on. You have Fear the Walking Dead, you have World Beyond, you have the Daryl and Carol show, you have the movies, you have to tell where Rick is and what's going on with Rick. Like they have to end the show, but they also have to like set up the rest of the show. You know what I mean? Like it's the end of The Walking Dead, but at the same time, is it really the end of The Walking Dead? Because every single one of these characters is going to reprise their role either in the movies or in Fear the Walking Dead or in World Beyond. So like
exactly. Ended like The Sopranos.
Right?
Just cut the black.
Yeah.
Like they're all chilling and everything, and then Daryl looks up and it's like black. Oh wait, that didn't work. I was hoping I just gone black.
Palm. Do you think they need to bring Rick back for the end of this show, or do you think they need to save Rick and that big reveal for the movie?
I don't know, because like the way they're like trying this the whole ending of The Walking Dead is gonna have no weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
If it's gonna end, the TV show's gonna end, but we're gonna get more to the story in movies. It's like, what weight are we gonna have at the end of this?
I know. That's why it's kind of hard. Like I almost wish that the movies and all of the other spin-offs would have ended with it, because like that's why I feel like at the conclusion of the movies, like I'm guessing this is still going to be a trilogy. That was the original plan. At the end of this theatrical trilogy, I honestly feel like Rick's storyline, The Walking Dead storyline, Fear the Walking Dead storyline, and World Beyond storyline all need to like merge, and it all needs to come together. Like I feel like it needs to wrap up in a bow, because like I know they're three very different shows, but at the same time, like the events are all like coinciding. You know what I mean? Like it all works together.
Exactly.
So I feel like if you're really going to end it, and for it to really feel like an ending, you have to close out a chapter. Like if they end the main show on a cliffhanger or with an open ending, I'm going to be pissed. I mean, it's going to be an open ending. I shouldn't say open ending, but if it ends on a cliffhanger where it's like, well, we got to wait till the Rick movie to find out what happens from the end of the world. Like, that's no. Like, when I will rewatch this show in 10 years, I don't want to get to the end and be like, well, guess I got to watch the other one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I want it to feel like the end of The Walking Dead. And it's been such a good show, and it's been such, like, an important show, like, to all of us. I feel like it's got to have a real ending. Like, it just has to. So, and again, it kind of cheapens it, knowing that all of these characters are just going to come back in a year or whatever in the movie, So, yeah, I don't know. Exactly. I'm not sure, man. And then you got Michonne. Like, Michonne has to come back. Still, 4 years later, what the hell ever happened to Heath? Where did he go?
Holy shit.
Right?
Yo, I like Heath, and he just fucking disappeared. And what's her name died. So can you imagine his reaction whenever it happens, whenever he comes back?
Well, here's the thing with Rick. At least there was the tease where like it was the whole emotional Rick blows up the bridge and like saves everybody, and like it was like, okay, that's the end of Rick. But when she saves him and the episode ends with Rick is alive, it's like, okay, we're gonna see Rick again at some point. Like Rick is gonna come back and be the main character again. But with Heath was just there. And then he wasn't. It was like you just like erased, like you Thanos'd him off of the face of the earth, and that was just it.
How can I put this? The actor that played Heath, I forgot what his name was. He's in In the Heights.
Yes, he is.
What's his name?
He also played Dr. Dre in
Corey Hawkins. That's what I was gonna say.
Yes,
I feel like
played Dre in Straight Outta Compton.
Yep. I think that he was. I think that he was just.
Magna. That's that girl's name.
He was just starting out.
I don't know why I couldn't think of her name.
He was just starting out, and then he got that role to Walking Dead. But then when Straight Outta Compton came on, he started becoming like a needed actor in the movie business. So obviously he couldn't have time to do it. It's the same thing that happened with Michonne whenever she got the play as Okoye in Black Panther.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's the same reason why Heath left and the reason why Michonne left. You know, kind of open ended. Like you can't kill them off, but you can't have them come back because they don't have the time.
Right.
And that's always funny to think about it because it's like, now whenever like I see a character's death that I like, I always look at it as like, well, I could see why she had to die. Or I could see why she had to go because this woman got plenty of projects to take care of. So every single death that I see now is kind of like, I don't know, the weight's not there anymore.
Well, and I don't know. I think Glenn and Abraham were really the last two deaths that I like really felt. I guess Carl really.
Nah.
But even Carl's death, like I don't know, Glenn and Abraham's deaths were probably the two that I was the most heartbroken about. Sasha, I was like, oh, like I like Sasha, like she was cool. But the way she went out was badass. When Negan opened the coffin and she just like came out as a walker, like that was awesome. Well, he like fell. He was like and he like fell off of the back of the thing with her on top of him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Carl's death, like I was so angry about the fact that they killed him off that I was just like, I don't even care. Like whatever.
Because he was like, oh, you're about to be one of those guys. I stopped watching that like season blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, and like the whole thing, like that was the reason Andrew Lincoln left was because they killed Chandler Riggs' character off, and he was pissed about it. Like they were just like Scott. Like, I believe Scott M. Gimple was basically like, we needed the ratings. But like that was like, and it was like, what? Like that's the dumbest like you took like the future of your show and you killed him off. Like why? So I don't know. All of the death.
It was such like a Game of Thrones thing. Like you build you up. Oh, maybe they can make it. Maybe they could be the main character. Then killed off.
And I will say
pull some shit like that, I think.
Yeah, and like I will say the dynamic between Rick and Negan when Carl died, like when Andrew Lincoln's performance in that was really good. Mm-hmm. Like it was really, really spot on because that was when like Rick was really trying with Negan. Like he hated him, but he also knew that like he couldn't fight Negan like alone. Like he needed the kingdom and he needed Hilltop to do it. And then when Carl died, and do you remember when Rick called Negan on the thing and he was like, where is he? And the Saviors guy was like, who is this? And he was like, it's Rick, where's Negan? And he was just like screaming at him in the middle of the field or whatever. So I enjoyed that dynamic between Rick and Negan because like Negan did care about Carl. You know what I mean? Like he really genuinely did. But I don't know. None of the death scenes have had the same weight that they did before. Like, do you remember when Beth died? And when really, dude, Beth's death scene was like one of.
Are you talking about when she like the girl that got killed in the hospital?
Yeah, her death scene was like one of the heaviest parts of the show, though. It was heavy. I mean, Herschel, Dale, like there were a lot of heavy death scenes early on, and I just feel like they don't have the same weight that they did before. Like they just don't.
Not really, no.
So it almost feels, since the whole Negan thing ended, it almost feels like a different TV show in some ways.
A bit, yeah.
It feels different, especially with Andrew Lincoln gone.
Yeah, since the Whisperer War, it's felt really weird.
Yeah,
mainly because like I don't know, I wasn't too interested in the Whisperer War, which is unfortunate because we were hyped about it.
Yeah,
whenever like even when Negan was still happening, we were like, oh shit, after Negan, here comes the Whisperers. Here comes Whisperers. But then like that little gap between like the end of Negan and then the
Yeah.
Whisperers, that's where it kind of shifted a little bit. It was like, well, let's kill off a shit ton and write off a shit ton of characters. Like Maggie, Rick, and who else? Just a whole lot of like people that I don't know, kind of held the story together. And at that point, I was just kind of like losing interest at that point.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, like the three lowest points in the whole series, and like I'm not like it's my favorite TV series of all time. Like I'm not hating on it at all. But there was a period in between the first governor appearance and like when the governor came back that was really slow. Like
yeah.
we they kind of drug out the governor thing for a while. The terminus thing. Do you remember there was like a whole like 3/4 of a season where every episode was like a different group just out in the woods trying to survive when they were all split up after the prison? Like that was kind of like, where are we going with this? Like, what? I don't understand what's going on. And then
it leads all the way to terminus.
And then that was over in one episode, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like we spent like 9 episodes just wandering out in the woods killing zombies to end this in like 40 minutes. So I don't know. Which that was, and it was a good scene. Like I enjoyed the terminus thing a whole lot. But and then after, like you said, right after the all out war storyline, after they beat Negan, it got a little bit slow for a while because it was like, where are we going? Like what's going on? So I don't know. I'm excited to see how they end it. I hope that we get a legit ending and not just some like I don't want to say half-assed. That's not the right word, but I want it to feel like the conclusion of this show. You know what I mean? I don't want it to feel like the sprint. Like write a good ending for this show and use it to springboard into the story you want to tell for the movies. Don't just like use the end of the show to start telling the story of the movies. So I think they need to focus on the main series.